I'm excited because today we're going to be talking about money. We're going to be talking about why you should stop leaving money on the table. That's important. This is probably a little different, though, than what you're used to seeing me do. I'm going to be utilizing some worksheets over a period of weeks, and they're going to illustrate the different segments and topics that we're going to be going over. Now, frankly, these topics are not taught in school, so you're going to be in for a shock. But today we're going to be talking about stop leaving money on the table. So get your pen, some paper, and write this down. Next week, we're going to be talking about the bloody mess. Now, bloody mess is about credit cards and how they keep you in debt and prevent you from actually becoming wealthy. The banker's secret that you're going to see after that, believe it or not, the banks keep secrets from you, and they'll never teach them to you. Here's one thing that you need to understand: the banks use secrets to capitalize on the lack of your knowledge on finances. What about the power of infinite returns? Did you know that you're the biggest asset and the number one asset that you can build in this country is an HBB, which we call a home-based business? Now, I'm going to actually share my screen with you, and we're going to go over this. But one of the things I want you to do is be able to follow along. So make sure, again, if you have not gotten the worksheet that is on the download, and if you can't get the download, don't worry about it. Just put it on the bottom in the comments down here. Put down there, let's see, worksheet, and put PLS for please, worksheet, please. And then, I'll get with you and we'll get it sent over to you. No worries. All right, let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Day. For those who don't know who I am, I'm a proud member of the Extra Digit Movement, and this is worksheet number 1, stop leaving money on the table. A lot of people don't understand that there is one form that you can fill out, or that you've actually filled out, that will get you an instant pay raise. It's called a W-4. One of the biggest kept, secrets in the country. And I need you to think back to that time frame when you got your job and you became a part of the workforce. You probably didn't know what you were doing when you were filling out the forms, right? Most people don't. But what you're told is basically to put zeros and ones for your deductions. Sometimes you may reach out and ask HR, well, what am I supposed to put in here? But even they're a little confused and they don't understand how to fill it out either. So you probably were told again to put a bunch of zeros for your deductions, right? Most people I know never even turn the form over to the other side on page 2. This is where your exemptions actually lie. So let's not lose focus, though. This conversation is not about taxes. This is about how to stop leaving money on the table, and this is preventing you from becoming wealthy because you're doing it. Okay. So do me a favor, and in the comments down below, if you'll type in stop leaving money on the table. Okay, guys, what you got to realize is this here: the government, banks, and big business, big box businesses, will reach into your pocket first if you're not prepared. So remember this, or write this down so you won't forget. Deductions on the front become exemptions on the back. The higher number of exemptions, the less money they take out of your paycheck. Okay. The less money they take out of your paycheck, the more money you take home. So therefore, you have more money that you can actually invest, right? And bam, that's it. That's the secret. This is how you become a millionaire. Now, I'm going to tell you something. People, I've witnessed this myself with our own community, right? I've seen this with my own 2 eyes. We have people in our community, the Extra Digit Movement. We have people in this community that are buying houses, they're buying land, they're buying cars, and they're paying cash. They're paying cash. They're building on the lifestyle that we dream about and that we talk about all the time. See, what we believe in is freedom, options, and choices. So we're going to go over this worksheet, and it's very simple to understand. Now, why I like this worksheet, though, is because it's factual and it's not emotional. This is a simple concept, and we're going to go over it. So everything I just said might be foreign to you, but let's talk about what Uncle Sam is actually saying about the about this information. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen with you. You can see everything. Okay, so again, this is taken from the IRS website, irs.gov, and if you go in there and search for tax reform tax tip 2018-124, is dated August 13th of 2018. It hasn't changed since then. And what it states there is this: after filing, let me see if I can highlight this for you so you can see it. Here we go. Laser point. It says, after filing tax returns, many people put taxes far out of their mind. However, taxpayers who receive a large tax refund this year should think twice or think about taxes again. And the sooner, the better. The IRS is actually urging you to do a paycheck checkup. If you go down here to the second paragraph, it says most taxpayers receive refunds averaging around $2,800. Taxpayers who receive a large refund could receive more of their money throughout the rest of the year, rather waiting until they file their tax returns the following year. So what we're talking about is, the IRS is saying, yeah, okay, so go back and do a tax paycheck checkup. If you get a big tax return, you may want to do it like soon, like right now, and to make sure that you're not losing a bunch of money. They also said the sooner the better, right? Okay. What I want you to see is this, though. It's not me that's saying it. It's not my mentor, Mr. Brian M. Bean. He's not saying it. It's not any third party saying it. It is actually the IRS. These are the people who do your taxes, right? The people who take your taxes from you or make you pay taxes. They're the ones telling you that you need to do a paycheck checkup. Remember this: your deductions, your children, being married, head of household. I think the code's like 101010. Okay, those are the numbers, right? On page 2 are your exemptions. Now, guys, you don't have to be in the dark anymore about this stuff, okay? Don't be afraid. Now, what the extra digit movement does is they partner you up with enrolled agents with the IRS. These are the experts that work directly with the IRS, the highest certified in the actual organization. And they will help you get this instant pay raise. Okay. There's no overtime. You don't have to get a second job because we know what 2 jobs is for 2 people. There's no extra hours, and there's no, having to do anything extra. So you want to know where the proof is, right? Because, we don't do anything without showing you the proof. Okay. Well, we're going to actually go over the worksheet a little further. So there are 2 kinds of people, right? I'm going to share my screen with you again. But there are 2 kinds of people in this world. One who loves the refund, and then there's also the one who wants their money up front. All right. So again, we're talking about the people. There are 2 kinds of people in the world, right? And those 2 kinds of people are one who loves the refund and the one who loves to get their money up front. So we're going to have 2 people participate in this experiment. And one's going to be male, one's female, just to keep it even and fair. We're going to call the first person Mr. Robert Refund. And the other person participating is going to be a young lady, and we're going to call her Angela Adjustment. Okay. Now, Angela Adjustment and Robert Refund, they technically work at the same corporation. Okay. Robert Refund basically wants his money later. He wants the government to go ahead and take everything they can, and he'll get it later. Miss Angela Adjustment is the person who wants her money up front. That's why we're calling her Angela Adjustment. All right, now that we have our 2 participants, now let's break down the word refund. Re means again, and fund meaning money, right? So you're getting your money back again. Now, this is not free money. This is not a bonus check. It's the government giving you your money back to you. This is the money that you have already overpaid in taxes. Now, this is, again, throughout the year. And the thing about this is you're not even getting all of it back when you get a refund. You get a small portion of it back. Now, I've been hanging around some pretty wealthy people over the last 2 years. Let me tell you something. Each one of them tells me the same thing. Wealthy people do not get refunds. They say, give me my money up front, and then I'll worry about how much I'm going to give the government afterwards, after I pay myself. So Robert Refund says this: as we go to the chart. He says, I want you to take my $500 a month and I want you to take it out every month for the next 10 years. So $500 for a year is $6,000, right? And over 10 years, it comes out to $60,000. So he doesn't do the adjustment. That's how much he's giving the government. That's how much he's leaving on the table. Now, $500 per month for 10 years with annual adjustment. This is how it works for her. She does the same $500, which, by the way, I said she worked at the same corporation, but she's actually one cubicle over from him. And she's told Mr. Robert Refund that he needed to get with the extradition movement like she did and let them look at his paycheck. So she's urging him to do the adjustment. Now, Angela went and did the adjustment, and she gives the same $500 like Robert Refund does. But she says, I want my $500 up front. And she does it within the same years, the same 10 years. But with that extra money coming in, she invests it in herself. That is 8% interest return. Okay. Over the 10 years, her total came out to $91,000. Now, that's a significant difference between that $60,000 and $91,000. Okay. So again, Angela said, I want my money now. And Robert said, hey, I want you to hold my 500 every year until next year, or hold it until next year, and then I'll get my money back. Now, here's what most people miss. Next year, things are going to cost more money, right? So that $6,000 refund that Mr. Robert Refund is supposed to get is really only going to be $4,500. So you can see where he's losing money and he's leaving money on the table, right? Okay, so guess what? The government does something that you didn't know about. The government basically says this: they're taking your money that they made off of you, that they made off of us, and they're actually making money with our money on an interest-free loan. But here's the thing that we do: we sit around and we wait until next year to get a small portion of our money back, which is the refund. That make any sense to you? So you get wealthy $500 at a time, right? And but you got to understand, it doesn't take $1 million to make $1 million. $500 at a time plus a little discipline, and with compounded over a time period, this is how you achieve that goal. Let's continue to run these numbers though. All right, so we're still talking about Robert Refund and Angela adjustment. So now that we're moving down, let's see. We take that same $500 now, and we're going to move it up to about 15 years. Let's see how much money now that he's losing. So at $90,000 over 15 years, Angela does the same thing, but again, she invests in herself with an 8% interest rate. She now is getting back $173,000. Guys, listen, this is the power of compound interest. This is what we're talking about. Most people, they listen to false information. They say if you overpay your taxes, you'll be okay. But if you underpay your taxes, the government's going to come for you. And this is the reason why we have these experts who are actually doing it for you, so you're not falling within that void. Okay. Sometimes listening to broke people will keep you in the same realm as them. Will keep you in the same cul-de-sac. Will keep you on the same street. It'll keep you driving the same cars as they are driving. Let's look at this. Angela and Robert decided they're going to stretch it out to 30 years, right? So now, over 30 years, Robert and Angela have a comparison of $180,000 versus $745,000. But doing the same thing, investing the same money every pay period over the years. Robert would be at $180,000 if he actually saved it, right? But what do most consumers actually do? They get that refund, they celebrate, and then they go out and do something that we all do. What is it? They spend it. Keep in mind, this is at retirement age now. Taxes cause debt, right? If the government did not take so much out of your W-2, your paycheck, that would cause people not to borrow so much from credit cards, right? They would not have to borrow so much for their mortgage. They wouldn't have to borrow so much on a car note. So taxes coming off the top, that's the whole reason why you're in debt. It's causing debt. The mentality is this: Okay. A job without an HBB, a home-based business, I don't understand. I don't get it. You have to have one in order to get ahead. Now, there are two kinds of people, right? Simple world and the compound world. Be a part of the compound world. That's where it's at. That's where you're going to move ahead. The middle class, they get taxed, and the wealthy, they actually defer their taxes. Okay. Deferring taxes means you pay your taxes after you pay yourself. The middle class gets taxed. Wealthy defer their taxes. This is not tax evasion, it's tax deference. Okay. It's legal, it's ethical, and it's moral. And the government says you can do it. They just told you that in the tax reform law. The refund pays you back, right? But you deserve what? You need to get your money up front. You need to get your money up front. And that's what this is about, guys. About stop leaving money on the table. Now, look, that is my time. That is my time. And I'm going to leave you with this. Send me a DM. You can reach me at 910-302-8677. That is my direct line. You can drop me a text message in there, and then I'll respond personally back to you to get you some more information. Again, folks, I appreciate your time. Don't miss the next worksheet, The Bloody Mess. It's going to help you out tremendously. Have a great day.
Just like this to show you the difference between two people. But every topic, if you don't do nothing else, show your children this. Hey, we need to look at your W-4. I don't care if you working a part-time job right now. We need to look at that W-4. Our experts do it for you. So what I want to do now before we go, I want to bring up some people from Extra Digit who actually have had the pleasure of having their W-4 adjusted. If you know what Quanta and I are talking about, and if you know that this has helped you tremendously, do me a favor, raise your virtual hand, talk to the new people about what has happened to you as a result of being Angela Adjustment. All right. All right, Miss Morgan, come off mute. Talk to me real quick. What has happened to you? What was the amount? What did it do for you?
Okay, so when I first got started with the program, I was married, so I went ahead and put my husband's information in there as well. And through that, he was able to get an extra $300 back on his paycheck every single month that came back into the household. So that was extremely helpful, especially when you're raising two little ones. That's money that we now can take and we can actually invest and pay off our debt a lot faster. So extremely thankful for it. And that adjustment definitely helped.
Okay, so I need more. I need more, Morgan. You know, I see you all over the internet. I see you doing reaction videos. I need more. The $300 and what? What happened? Come off mute. There you go. What you do with it?
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so with that, I was able to go into our debt elimination program, and that has helped me be able to get that snowballed a whole lot faster. So initially I was in debt for 84 years. Now I'll be debt free in 6.5 years. My credit score has also gone up 70 points. They didn't talk about this, but y'all got to come back for later on in the week for this class, okay? But they also completely eliminated my internet bill last month. So that was phenomenal because that's a whole bill completely gone. So that's that $300 back into my household. Not only did it help me with my debt, it helped me with my credit card. It helped me be able to pay a whole lot of stuff off a lot faster. So
nice.
It definitely made a big difference. Hey, I know you want to share all that, Mr. Bean.
Yeah, you got to share that because see the $300, people like, yeah, whatever. But her 300 got her out of debt like 70 years faster. So right. I think that's worth quantifying. I appreciate it. Let's go to somebody that's not on camera real quick. Monty, talk to me. Mr. Montgomery. What did the
hey.
What's up, man?
Can you hear me, Brian?
You sound great, big guy.
All right, great, awesome. Listen, before MWR, man, I was overpaying my taxes by the tune of $600 per month. That example could have been me. And I thought that I understood. I thought I knew something, but the experts got my information. It was a quick, easy upload. And then they brought that $600 per month right back into my household. And just like the other young lady, I used that to eliminate some debt. And I am set to have my home completely paid off in about 6 years now.
6 years, as opposed to the 30 to 15 year plan they put you on. See, I tell people, it's not about making $1 million tomorrow. you become a millionaire $500 to $1,000 at a time. Is what you do with it. Gwendolyn Dotson, give me the 30-second version. Talk to me when you retire. How can this help people that are approaching retirement? Come off mute going once, Miss Gwen. Come off mute going twice, Miss Gwen.
Hello, everyone. Well, I wanted to tell you, Mr. Brian and Bean, you're doing an amazing job. And this information changed my life. I've been retired for 17 years, and I was on a fixed income. But when I uploaded my information and talked with the experts, I got $85 back in my household. So I was so excited, I told my husband, he was the W-4 worker. We uploaded that information. We was able to get $1,000 back in this household. We didn't ball out, we snowballed debt. This was able to let my husband retire 3 years ago at Game Changer. Also, the old car that we were putting all of this asset, trying to fix it, guess what, Mr. Beam? In 1 year, we were able to get an upgraded new car. And instead of paying it off in 6 to 10 years, we're paying it off in 3 years with the system. Thank you, sir.
Hey.
My children are in the business. Their credit scores went up 124 points. I want to be transparent. Mine was a 543. I'm in the 689. We're heading for the 800 club, sir. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about, Miss Gwen. Let's go then. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's a family affair. I told you, Quana started with her cousin and her brother and herself. Gwen got the family in the business. I mean, credit score is up 150 points. We'll talk about that in another session this week, every night, tonight. I mean, not same time, same password. And we're going to make sure we continue to ramp these things up. Now, I say this gentleman for last because he is a boom. He got the big belt, right? He may not have it on him, but he got this with him at all times, even if he ain't wearing it around the house, right? This gentleman, I have a lot of respect for because the rental properties, the credit scores, he's a Duke graduate, but he was smart enough to know that, I mean, he's got 2 degrees from Duke. Y'all know how hard that is? Valedictorian of his class, but he was smart enough to know, let me get my finances in order. And he's a financial champion. Not everybody gets this belt. You have to have a couple of things happen to you in this business to get the belt. Y'all do me a favor and help me welcome. Give him an audio, give me a virtual round of applause like this on Zoom for Mr. Richard Harden. Richard, man, this W-4 thing is serious. And a lot of people are going to ignore it, act like they never heard this, and they're going to go back to work and not change it. Does that have consequences?
Oh, man, the consequences are ongoing and permanent. Like, if we didn't teach anything else, I want people to understand it's not just a saying that the more you make, the more they take. Right. It's actually how the tax code is designed. So as you get from a starting salary into the 6 figures, they're not just taking more money because it's a percentage of a bigger number. They're taking a bigger percentage of a bigger number. Mm. So in my case, when I worked with our experts, I finally had professionals doing one thing most people don't have is tax strategy. Most people get post-mortem. They get somebody that's preparing their taxes after the deed is done. But I did the uploads, and my increase in pay was $636 on my next paycheck. That was $1,272 that I was overpaying. And just, I mean, I know most people are probably like me. You don't look at your paycheck other than what lands in a direct deposit.
That's right.
But just getting that back, putting that to work in the debt elimination system, helped us knock out $52,000 in credit card debt in a year. Because here's the reality. The $636 to $1,000 that we were short was over there hanging out with the IRS.
That's it. And Richard, so, when you say 600, I noticed you doubled it. So that's every 2 weeks. So the 12.
I get paid twice a month, right? Yeah, so first and the 15th, the IRS was getting paid first from the hard work I did. I had some people finally on my side to help me get my money back, and then not just get it back so that it got absorbed in the lifestyle, but strategically attack the debts that the taxes were creating. So that not only did we pay off the credit cards, we also were able to pay off the mortgage on that investment asset 12 years early. Mm. So the cash flow from just that, that's only the result of 2 plays. I know it's our experts do a lot of things, But if we just focus on taxes and debt, getting our money back and then putting the money to work, it'll change your life. Like we work all our lives. We're taught to work hard for money, but we're never taught to have money work for us. And I know I have a lot of my classmates that say, Richard, you're smart. You went to Duke. You got these degrees. Why would you do something like this? Never, ever let your degree get in the way of your education. If the last thing you learn doesn't affect what you earn, you need to learn something else. Get on these financial education classes. Come on.
That's it. Hey, Rich, you know, hey, if I was smart as you and I had 2 Duke degrees and the person asked me that, hey, Brian, you're smart. You got 2 Duke degrees. I said, exactly. The reason I'm doing this because I'm smart. I got two Duke degrees. That's why I'm doing it, because I'm smart. That's why you're doing it, because he's smart. So the bottom line, man, keep up the good work. Your testimony. Congratulations on being one of the championship belt owners. What do we call ourselves? Financial builders.
Financial champions, yes.
Financial champions of the whole company, man. Keep up the good work. Y'all know what it's like to have your warranty deed? Y'all know the warranty deed is the highest status you can have in real estate. When you hold a house with a deed, it's like a car with a title. So at any point, he's sitting on some land, he can cash it in. He can pull out and refi. Now he got leverage that most people never have because they still got a mortgage. I don't know if y'all caught that. His investment asset is a house. Okay, so let's keep it real. Congratulations, man. So listen, guys, that's my 30 minutes of fame. Every night we're gonna bring you a new worksheet and tackle a new subject. Tomorrow we're tackling next. We're gonna hear from another one of our phenomenal coworkers. Do me a favor, man. Y'all don't know this. This Quanah Sanders is one of the most shy people on the planet. She came out tonight. Y'all show some love. Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Give her.
All right. We'll see you next time when we talk about the bloody mess. Have a great day.